Welcome to Five the Podcast. I am your host, Lloy'trea, and this episode is all about getting to know me. Are you excited? I'm excited. Come on in, come on in. First, I would like to say welcome. I'm super excited that I'm finally here starting the journey of potting. This has been a long journey for me, or kind of a nervous journey for me, but I'm finally here. I did the planning, I did the producing, and I'm excited to be here. So a little bit about me. I am, again, Lloy'trea. I am from Texas. I am from Galveston County. Shout out to Galveston County. This has been a long time dream of mine, even being in college and just trying to navigating when everyone started potting. I was like, this may be something that I'm interested in, and we're finally here. I'm on to a new journey, and that is potting, so I'm excited about it. Five, the podcast. You may ask, where did the name come from? It stands for faith, inspiration, vulnerability, and evolution. This is just going to be a pod, all things faith, all things inspiration, all things vulnerability, working on the evolution with one another, and also sharing my path and where I am today. I am 29 years old. I know a lot of women don't like to tell their age, but hey, and I just lied. I'm 28, guys. I'm 28 years old, but in July, I will be 29. And I'm excited about it. I'm almost 30. Yikes. But it's okay. I heard great things happen on the third level, and we shall see about that, you know? So what else we want to get into today? We want to get into the direction of that we see the pod. Of course, I'm going to have some amazing guests. I have some amazing guests in mind. I've already contacted some amazing guests that will be coming. So I won't always be by myself, but we will have some great solo episodes, and we have some great topics. We were talking about the Lord, guys, because I love Jesus. How many of you out there love the Lord? Because I love the Lord. So we will be talking about greatness, growing in faith. We will be talking about just growing in your careers, growing about the things that you know what you want to do, but just can't quite navigating those things yet. And just being all around, well around transparent with the world. Why the name Five? Five, it's very incredible. I'm really number 5 on both sides of my family. I'm number 5 on my mother's side and my father's side. And a lot of people, okay, not a lot of people, my father, he calls me number 5. So I kind of took that and coined it from him. So shout out to Speedy Cooper. Shout out to you. You will love that shout out. Shout out to you, and appreciate you for helping me. And plus God just gave me the vision on, I always ask, like, what about a name, God? What about a name? I went through this long list of names, and I felt like none of them fit. But when I got to 5, the pod, I fell in love instantly. And I instantly started making graphics. I instantly just playing in Canva and things like that. And that's how we got to 5, the podcast. On this journey where I am in life, I've been in a transitional phase. I want to say since 2020, I started to realize, like, mentally I was okay. I don't want y'all to think that I was crazy, but mentally I started to realize that I needed a little extra help. What I mean by that is I realized that I just like to journal, and I was holding everything in and not really releasing or like letting people know how I was feeling at the time. So I then moved out of my godparents' home. And you know, they say when you start to live by yourself, you start to really see who you are and become who you are. And I think that's what really started to happen. In that space, I started to actually learn to really take a deeper look in and realize that I do need some extra help. But the kicker is I still was kind of scared to go to therapy. I always thought therapy was this weird thing that you were supposed to share just a little bit and not a whole lot. And that's not the case, because it's not going to help if you're not going to be honest, correct? So again, I'm staying on my own. I'm paying bills. I'm doing the big girl things. I'm working an amazing 9-to-5 in childcare. And I just feel like it's still like I'm still not happy. And the thing is, I think a lot of people in that time was telling me just to be where your feet are and appreciate where you are, because it's all a part of the journey. And you know, when you're in things, you can't truly see the greatness that you're doing. And coming out of that season in about 2024, when I came out of that season of being a childcare director, I realized that I did do some incredible things. I was being inspirational to young children in the childcare world, and just learning all about childcare. And it was a part of the journey because as a kid, I loved children. So I think that was a great part of the journey. And then after that, I transitioned into where I am now, and that would be into working at in higher education at my alma mater, which I love. But it's been a learning experience. I've been around creatives who's in the field and just learning themselves, and it's really been inspiring to me. Little do they know, have been inspiring to myself because they're just still being creative. And I thought back, like, why am I not tapping in with my creativity? Or I kind of lost it. So we're gonna go back. I kind of lost my creativity. I feel like I lost my creativity around December of 2023 when I lost my best friend. I feel like that was a great turning point for me. I don't when I say great turning point, I mean that was a pivotal moment for myself because it was my best friend. And I kind of lost like this part of me, and I never really spoke about it. I really never spoke about it out loud. So we're saying this together. We're here together. Sitting down with you all is my first time being able to actually talk about this. But that did take a great toll on me. I'm sure it took a toll on his entire family. But for myself, because we were so glued at the hip, we were in ministry together. We worked at the childcare center together. We kind of did everything together. That was my homie. That was my friend. So that was a turning point for me. And I felt like I just lost. Like, you know how you pack a box and then the bottom just fall out? I feel like the bottom of my box just fell out, and I had to actually sit there and learn, or just to ask God to help me get back to the place where I can create and I can feel okay with creating without feeling guilty. Because in that time frame, there was a lot of guilt going on with me, because we were the same age, like we had the same life to live, and I feel like that took a piece of my life that I would never get back. Of course, I won't, but I didn't know how to navigate that season. So fast forward back to 2024, where I do get a new job and a new position in higher education, and I'm around those creatives, and that's when my spark started to come back. But the thing is, when you're working different jobs, and this gift is so God-given. The thing that you want it'll never die. So it'll be inside of you. Deep down, you'll know, like, this is what I should be doing, or at least trying to pursue. At least that's how I feel, and things have been going for me. So now that I'm finally here potting or starting to pot, it feels good. It feels like I'm in a great space. In this season, I am in therapy now, and I am taking things one step at a time, but I feel like I reached out. I'm reaching out because I know I'm in a space of transforming into the woman that the Lord is only has already set out for me to be. And it's been hard trying to fully step into her, because when you're comfortable, you don't want to let things go. You just continue and continue and continue to do what's familiar. And being in that familiar place for me was kind of hindering me. So that's why I'm excited about this next phase of my life, because I'm really, really stepping into new things. Now, are they scary? For sure. They are totally, totally scary, but I'm excited and I'm not afraid to do it, because it's like, one thing about me, this is the Get to Know Me episode. One thing about me, all my life I have, what's the word? All my life I have continuously, I feel like, been breaking barriers down since the moment I've come into the world. Remember being a little girl and being raised by a woman named Martha Smith, and I'm so truly excited and grateful for her. And she passed away when I was about 14 years old, and that took a toll on me as well, guys. And I think I thought life could never get better. But realizing that I still had a future. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna cry. But realizing that my life has so much in store, and realizing that that wasn't the end, but just like a part of me was gone because she was all I'd known from the time I was about 2 weeks old. Granted, I do know who my real parents are, Lloyd and Tracy, and I'm so excited that the Lord chose those parentals for me. I just wasn't raised around them like everyone else. And in school, I was kind of confused on like, why do they have parents and I have a godmother? Because I did call her my godmother. I was confused about those things, but I soon to learn that that was a great protection for me. And we're going to have my biological parents on the pod just to show the evolution of where we are now, because they have a story to tell and we're going to tell our stories together, and I'm excited about that as well. And moving into after losing my godparents, the Lord blessed me with two amazing godparents that I always asked him for. And I truly was blessed to have them in my life at that point in time. So when I met those two incredible humans, Love and Charles, they kind of changed my life for the better. It's not even a kind of, they changed my life for the better. I got to know what love was. I got to know what it feels like. I feel like meeting my godmother, Love, she nurtured me in a way that I never felt. And it opened my eyes to see like this thing called life is not bad after all. And then even hearing her story, so I preferably she could come on the pod as well and tell her story. And I think I think that part of my life was a tremendous wake up call for me, and realize, because I was in college, I was going to college. I had told my dad, like, I'm not going to college, y'all. This is crazy. I'm going to graduate high school and I'm just going to work. And then I had a conversation with my godmother, Love, and she was like, so what are you going to do? And I was like, work like everybody else. I'm going to work after school. And she was like, you're going to get a trade. You're going to go to college. You're going to do something with your life. So figure it out. When you figure it out, let me know. So that's what I did. I applied to Prairie View. When I say Prairie View, did you guys hear me? Prairie View. I went to the Prairie View University. When I went to Prairie View, I kind of got in at the last minute, and then I moved on campus. I'm still navigating these things, but thank God I had my godparents there for me as I was navigating Prairie View and its space as a whole, because that was totally different for me. Never been away from Lamarck like that. That was another phase in my life where it helped create a new evolution of Lloy'trea, because that was transitioning from teenage years to adulthood, and it kind of opened my eyes again to more great things that I could do. And just being on campus and navigating the campus, navigating the new life, or where the type of woman that I wanted to be, and kind of didn't even know like what type of woman I wanted to be, but knowing I had great inspiration around me, and being at the church and working in ministry, I feel like that was a great time in my life to get things together. Whew. So guys, I just wanted to share a little bit background about myself to just to let you know who I am and what I've been through. And that's not even all of it, because once we have those guests, we'll be able to dive deeper into what those journeys actually looks like, and I look forward to those things. Um, what do I want out of Five the podcast? I would love for Five to be the number one podcast in the world. Like, what do you think? I think I think that would be great. I also would love for Five to be able to network and do festivals. I would love Five to create an atmosphere for other people to actually, be transparent and be vulnerable with themselves and with an audience. So whoever's out there can know that one day you'll have it all together. Career takes time. Even just if you're watching as a teenager, like knowing that hard things or hard parts in life, they have to happen for you to grow. So Five, I just want it to be a place where a safe space, but also a space where people can come and just feel vulnerable enough to share their story about the evolution of themselves. I think what's incredible is I watch a lot of podcasts, y'all. I am a media girl, okay? I love watching all things culture, all things faith-based, all things just all things media. I'm just gonna leave it at media. I watch all the amazing podcasts that are out there in the world, and I always love to take a little bit from everyone. So you never know. Five, we may have like a little section of just culture moments. We have a section of fashion because I'm into it all, guys. Like I love fashion. I love to get dressed up. Now I'm not a makeup girly, but I pray one day that I can be. I would love for Five the podcast to be a space not only for women but for all those who are in this evolution phase or on this journey to their next steps in life. I would love to just full transparency with the world, because one thing about it, growing up, I used to see like the people's baby pictures and then where they are, where they was, not realizing in the middle is a whole entire journey. And I don't want to name drop, but some of the people who inspired me, I think just watching their evolution and watching where they are now, but still being on this evolution phase has truly inspired me. Number one, to at least start. Number two, to actually know that you have to put in the work to see results. Because one thing about me, once I get an idea and I feel like I can't actually execute it, or I feel like I did execute it, but little did I know I wasn't consistent in that thing. So now I think it's time for me to put in the work, because I know on this journey, I'm going to probably find more things that I want to do, but let alone still fulfilling this one dream of mine. So I said all that to say I want this to be a space where women, teenagers, men, couples, your favorite whoever, to come and just share their stories. Some I may know, some I may not know, some I may be getting to know. So I invite you all just to be a part of the journey, my journey as well as their journey, and the journey of Five, because Five has a lot of places that we're going to go. And I pray that it's everything and more. So, guys, if you can do me a favor, just stay connected with me through all my social media platforms. You can follow myself at Lloy'trea on Instagram. You can follow Five, the podcast, on Instagram as well. And we are going to work on some incredible things like a website, because I'm starting this thing solo dolo, and I can't wait to be able to create a team so I can do great things. But right now, I'm just starting with what I have, and that's all I know to do. So I hope that this inspires you to kickstart off your dream. Whatever your dream is, I pray that you put it to paper. I pray that you pray about it. I pray that you go for it. Because one thing I'm learning is, once you lock in with whatever you have or whatever God is giving you, and you actually do the work and see the fruit of your labor, I think that's the best feeling in the world. Because right now, just sitting in this chair right now, recording the first podcast, I am really, 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 your girl is really excited. Am I nervous? Yes. Am I feeling like it's the right time? Yes. Do can't wait to share the journey of how I actually got here, because you can't put everything in one episode. But I pray that you stay tuned in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share this with someone who may be getting to know who they are. I think we may have a part two, and I think we may just dive into the season. You never know. I'm letting this thing flow on its own. I'm not going to hold it back in any type of way, but guess the thing we will do. We will grow and evolve in this space. So I love you, and I thank you for watching my first episode. Bye, guys.